The afternoon sunlight streamed through the tall windows of Hawthorne Corporate Tower, casting golden patterns across the polished marble floor, where Ethan Reed was carefully cleaning the lobby. At 29, Ethan took pride in his work as a building maintenance specialist, ensuring that every surface gleamed and every detail was perfect for the hundreds of professionals who worked in the gleaming office building. Ethan had been working at Hawthorne Corporation for 3 years, arriving early each morning and staying late to maintain the pristine environment that the company's executives expected. He was known among the staff for his quiet professionalism and the gentle way he interacted with everyone, from the security guards to the senior vice presidents. On this particular Thursday afternoon, Ethan was polishing the brass fixtures in the main lobby when he heard the soft patter of small feet running across the marble floor. He looked up to see a little girl, perhaps 4 years old, wearing a beautiful turquoise dress that seemed to sparkle as she moved. Her curly blonde hair bounced with each step, and she clutched a brown teddy bear tightly in her small arms. The child was clearly looking for someone, her bright eyes scanning the lobby with the kind of determined focus that only children possess when they are on an important mission. Ethan glanced around and noticed a woman in professional attire standing near the elevator speaking intently on her phone. The woman appeared to be in her early 30s with an air of authority that suggested she was one of the building's executives. As Ethan watched, the little girl's gaze landed on him, and her face lit up with a smile that seemed to illuminate the entire lobby. She walked directly toward him with the kind of fearless confidence that children bring to new encounters. "Hello," the little girl said politely, stopping just a few feet away from where Ethan was kneeling beside his cleaning supplies. "I am Lily. What is your name?" Ethan smiled warmly, setting down his polishing cloth and giving Lily his full attention. "Hello, Lily. I am Ethan. That is a very pretty dress you are wearing." Lily beamed with pride, smoothing down the fabric of her dress with one small hand while keeping a firm grip on her teddy bear with the other. "Thank you. Mommy bought it for me because today is a special day. We are meeting someone very important." "That sounds exciting," Ethan replied, charmed by Lily's enthusiasm and the serious way she spoke about her special day. Lily tilted her head, studying Ethan's face with the kind of intense curiosity children bring to their observations of the adult world. "Ethan, do you like little girls?" The question was asked with such innocent directness that Ethan found himself smiling even more broadly. "I think little girls are wonderful. They are smart and kind, and they ask very good questions." Lily nodded solemnly as if Ethan had just passed some important test. Then she asked the question that would change everything for all three of them. "Ethan, are you my new daddy?" Ethan felt his breath catch in his throat. The question was so unexpected, so filled with hope and innocent trust that he found himself completely speechless. He looked up to see the woman near the elevators had finished her phone call and was now walking toward them, her expression a mixture of embarrassment and concern. "Lily, sweetheart," the woman called out gently as she approached. "I told you to stay right beside me while I finish my call." Lily turned to the woman with excitement. "Mommy, I found him. I found my new daddy. His name is Ethan, and he thinks little girls are wonderful." The woman's face flushed with mortification as she reached them. "I am so sorry," she said to Ethan, her voice filled with genuine distress. "Lily has been asking about meeting her new father today, and I am afraid she has gotten confused about who that might be." Ethan stood slowly, still processing the child's innocent question and the implications of what the woman had just said. "Please do not apologize. Lily is a delightful little girl, and she has done nothing wrong." The woman extended her hand to Ethan. "I am Cassandra Hawthorne. Lily is my daughter, and I am afraid she has put you in a very awkward position." Ethan shook Cassandra's hand, recognizing her name immediately. "I am Ethan Reed. I work in building maintenance here." Lily tugged on her mother's skirt. "Mommy, Ethan is perfect. He is nice, and he smiles at me, and he has kind eyes, just like you said Daddy would have." Cassandra knelt down to Lily's level, her voice gentle but firm. "Lily, darling, we talked about this. Today we are meeting Daniel for lunch. He is the man I have been dating, and I wanted you to meet him to see if you like him." Lily's face fell slightly, but she looked back at Ethan with unwavering conviction. "But Mommy, I like Ethan better. Can we keep him instead? Ethan found himself deeply moved by this exchange. He could see the love between mother and daughter, and he could also sense Cassandra's struggle as a single mother trying to make important decisions about their family's future. Lily, Ethan said gently, kneeling down so he could speak to her at eye level. It sounds like your mommy has made very careful plans for today. Sometimes grown-ups have to make complicated decisions, and it is important to trust that your mommy knows what is best for both of you. Lily considered this seriously, then reached out and touched Ethan's hand. Ethan, if you cannot be my daddy today, will you be my friend? Friends are important, too. Ethan felt his heart expand with warmth at this child's simple wisdom and generous spirit. I will be honored to be your friend, Lily. At that moment, a man in an expensive suit approached them, checking his watch with the kind of impatience that suggested he was not accustomed to waiting. Cassandra, the man said, barely acknowledging Ethan or Lily. I have been waiting upstairs for 20 minutes. Is this going to take much longer? Cassandra stood, her expression tightening slightly. Daniel, I am sorry. Lily wandered off for a moment, and I wanted to make sure she was safe. Lily, this is Daniel. Daniel, this is my daughter, Lily. Daniel looked down at Lily with the kind of forced smile that adults sometimes use when they're trying to appear interested in children, but are not quite sure how to interact with them. Hello, Lily, Daniel said stiffly. Your mother tells me you like dolls and tea parties. Lily looked up at Daniel, then back at Ethan, her young mind clearly making some kind of comparison. I like lots of things, she said politely but without enthusiasm. Ethan watched this interaction with growing understanding. He could see that Daniel was probably a successful, well-meaning man who simply did not have a natural connection with children. He could also see that Lily was already sensing this lack of connection. Well, Daniel continued, clearly eager to move the conversation along. Perhaps we should go to lunch now. I have made reservations at Le Montclair. It is quite exclusive. Lily looked confused. Is that a place where kids can eat too? Daniel's smile became even more strained. It is a very sophisticated restaurant. I am sure they can find something suitable for you. Ethan saw Cassandra's expression change as she watched this exchange. There was something in her eyes that suggested she was seeing Daniel through her daughter's perspective for the first time. Actually, Cassandra said thoughtfully, perhaps we should go somewhere more family-friendly. Lily, what kind of food sounds good to you? Pizza, Lily said immediately, her face lighting up again. And maybe Ethan could come, too. It looks like it would be fun at pizza. Daniel looked horrified at the suggestion of both pizza and including the maintenance worker in their lunch plans. Cassandra, surely you cannot be serious about this. Ethan stepped forward, sensing the tension in the situation. Thank you for the invitation, Lily, but I think this is a special time for you and your mommy and Daniel to get to know each other better. But Lily was not ready to let the matter drop. She walked over to Ethan and took his hand, then reached for her mother's hand, connecting the three of them in a small circle. Mommy, Lily said with the kind of serious wisdom that sometimes emerges from children. I think Ethan understands what makes people happy, and I think he would make us happy, too. Cassandra looked down at her daughter, then at Ethan, and something shifted in her expression. For the first time, she seemed to really see Ethan not just as an employee, but as the kind, gentle man who had treated her daughter with patience and respect. Ethan, Cassandra said quietly, would you be interested in joining us for pizza? I think Lily is right that you understand something important about what makes people happy. Daniel sputtered with indignation. Cassandra, this is ridiculous. You cannot seriously be considering. I am considering what is best for my daughter, Cassandra interrupted firmly. And right now that seems to be spending time with someone who genuinely enjoys her company. 6 months later, Ethan and Cassandra sat together on a park bench watching Lily play on the swings with the same joyful energy she had brought to their first meeting. Their relationship had developed slowly and naturally, built on shared values and Ethan's genuine love for both Cassandra and Lily. Ethan had discovered that Cassandra was not just a successful executive, but a devoted mother who had been struggling to find someone who could love Lily as much as she did. Cassandra had learned that Ethan's gentle wisdom and natural warmth were exactly what their family needed. You know, Cassandra said to Ethan as they watched Lily play, I never properly thanked you for that day in the lobby. Ethan smiled, taking her hand gently. You do not need to thank me. Lily knew exactly what she was doing when she asked if I was her new daddy. Sometimes children see things that adults miss. Lily ran over to them, slightly out of breath from playing, but glowing with happiness. Ethan, Mommy, did you see how high I swung? I was flying. We saw, sweetheart, Ethan replied, lifting Lily onto his lap. You are definitely a champion swing flyer. Lily snuggled against Ethan's chest, then looked up at both adults with a satisfied expression. I'm glad I picked the right daddy, she said matter-of-factly. Daniel did not know how to have fun, but Ethan knows how to make every day feel special. Cassandra and Ethan exchanged glances over Lily's head, both marveling at the wisdom of the little girl who had seen what they needed before they knew it themselves. Sometimes, Ethan reflected, the most important questions are asked by the smallest people. And sometimes the answer to those questions changes everything in the most beautiful way possible. Lily had not just been looking for a new daddy that day in the lobby. She had been looking for someone who could make their family complete, someone who understood that love is not about impressive restaurants or expensive clothes, but about the simple joy of making each other happy. The little girl who had asked, Are you my new daddy? Had known exactly what she was doing. She had been choosing their future, one gentle question at a time.